Good morning, Nation. John here. Welcome to the backup channel, as it's known now, the Extras channel. If you're already subscribed here, thank you very much for that. This is kind of if you're new to this channel, it's kind of a more low-key channel compared to Prepper Nation. No fancy lighting or podcast atmosphere. I'm just talking into my phone. And we talk about random stuff over here. I want to cover an email this morning, so it is prepping related. And then also an email I got a while back. It's been several months. I think I mentioned it on Prepper Nation, but I want to read this to y'all. Hopefully this person doesn't mind. They were in chat this morning. They were talking about it themselves. So I'm not going to bring the name up here, but they said, what would you do if your mag backed out on you because you wouldn't sell the land you own to them? Other parties of the mag live in town right on the main road that leads into a bigger city. So these people live outside of the city. They have money, and they're preppers, they have money, and they want to build a big garden and have a bunch of livestock, but they don't have the land to do it. One couple is now upset with us because we would not sell our land to them. So the other couple that was involved has also backed out. What would you do? I'm worried now that they will turn us in the first chance they get. So I wanted to speak this morning, assuming my microphone's working, on mags. I'm not opposed to mags, okay? I think that they are great as long as you trust the people that you're in with. Like, wholeheartedly trust these people. You have to be willing to trust somebody with your life. If you're going to form a MAG, which is, for you newbies, a mutual aid or assistance group. So another email that I got several months back, which is also very disturbing, probably more so than this, but and I'm paraphrasing, I don't have that email pulled up. It was a single mom. They lived in a city. They moved to a different state because they wanted to have a homestead. I mean, she did things full blown. Like, she quit that lifestyle cold turkey. She's on Facebook. She knows who she is. She moved over, and she has teenage sons she took with her. Things were going great at first. You know, she was able to purchase some land from a guy who doesn't really run a mag, but he's like one of the heavy hitters in the mag. He was super friendly. Sold her the land. She needed some things set up on the land. So she paid him up front. He never showed up to do the work. And so she found herself in a weird position because he's got some clout in the community. Everybody knows who this guy is. And again, he's pretty powerful in the mag. And she didn't want to be targeted. She didn't want to confront this man because he hasn't done what she's paid him to do. But it was thousands of dollars, significant amount of money. So she really didn't know what to do. And this is another problem that you might run into with the mags. So anyway, the problem with a lot of mags is the people that are involved. Like, these people, it seems to me, I replied and I said, you need to be counting your lucky stars, because you could have found out about these people later on during the collapse of society, but at least now you know up front what kind of people you're dealing with. I would just excommunicate myself from them. A lot of people don't like the idea of lone wolf, and I don't either, because of medical emergencies and things. But in these type of scenarios, you're better off on your own, because at least you know you're not going to try and kill yourself in your sleep, right? This person, it sounds like this mag was using them for their land. And they said, yeah, welcome to the party, welcome to our family. But the entire time, they're not focused on the people themselves. They're over here carving up the land. We're going to do this with their land. We're going to do this. It boils down to this, folks. People will use you. Most people are scumbags, and they are wired in that way. They will try and use you for personal gain. Now, I think one of the strengths as a prepper, and a lot of people may disagree with this, but I think one of your strong suits as a prepper is to be able to step back and assess yourself. What kind of prepper are you? A strength is knowing where you're weak. as a prepper, okay, which sounds probably strange, but it's true. So I know, for example, one of my weaknesses is people that have kids. I'll be blunt with you. I don't like the idea of watching a kid suffer. I just don't. It breaks my heart. And I know, as a prepper, common sense tells me, okay, dude, during a full-blown Mad Max, if people show up at your door and they have small kids and you try and help these people, that could do me in. I understand. This is taking not only food away from my family, but it could also invite danger to your doorstep. And I know this, and yet the way that I'm wired, I can't stand the thoughts of it. Some people are just wired a different way. I don't know how to explain it. I call them scumbags, but again, some people are just about self-preservation. They're just going to do whatever they have to do to survive. Even if that means doing people like this wrong. Even if that means, violence in a time of Mad Max against innocent people. Marauders. They may call themselves preppers. I call them marauders. I call them wolves. We're kind of like the sheepdogs, when you're doing it the right way, and you're going to have wolves. And it's just two different ways to approach prepping. Some people are about that self-preservation. They're going to do whatever they have to do to survive. And then other people are concerned about those around them. And that can be, again, both a strength and a weakness. And I'll take y'all for a second because I like the show. I'm going to take y'all into The Walking Dead. Season 1. So if you haven't ever watched The Walking Dead, maybe at least pick up Season 1. And I'm going to give you two personalities, and this is very relevant to the way things are in real life. Rick Grimes and Shane. I can't remember his last name right off. But Shane and Rick, two of the main characters in Season 1. Two totally different personalities. Rick is a sheepdog. Rick is worried about self-preservation and his family, but he's worried about everybody's self-preservation. He's trying to do things the right way to a fault. And some people are that way. I'm that way, unfortunately. Shane, on the other hand, is totally about self-preservation. He's going to survive. If that means he stabs his best friend in the back, if that means he kills the woman next to him or whatever the case may be, he's going to do that because he's wired that way. So anyway, rambling, but the point is, one thing you need to do is you need to take that step back. And you need to really look at yourself as a prepper. And you need to ask yourself that moral question before you move forward. Are you a sheepdog? Are you, again, to a fault, are you going to be one of these people that if small kids show up at your door and you have extra, you're going to help them? Or are you going to be that person that slams the door in their face or puts a gun in their face and says, beat it. The next time you come here, you ain't walking away. You need to ask yourself that question. And at that point, you know what kind of mag you need. For the people that are the Shane types, the extremes, they're going to do whatever they have to do. You're probably going to fall into a group that is looking out for themselves only, and it's an alliance of wolves, if you will. It sounds like in this individual's case and the other lady that I mentioned from several months back, these are sheepdogs. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not putting you down for it. Again, I'm the same way. But you need to look for people that have that same personality. You need to be sure that's who they are. And the only way to be sure is to properly vet them. And that takes months or sometimes even years, just to give you a heads up. So jumping into a mag situation, a group situation when there are a lot of strangers involved is very dangerous. And I do not recommend that whatsoever. Now, if you're about forming a mag with friends that you've known for years and years and years, and family, extended family, co-workers that you've known for years, and you just know who these people are, and they have that same personality, For me, I'm going to be bugging out, but I'm going to be surrounded by people who would also help kids if the need arises. We have the same personality, so that's extremely important moving forward. And it's very dangerous if you do it any other way. This is my opinion this morning. I'm sorry for the ramble, but I appreciate y'all checking it out. I appreciate all of the love and support. I really do. Until tomorrow morning, we should be live. Tomorrow's Friday, I think. I don't know. My watch doesn't even tell me. It's just got the time. Tomorrow's Friday. We should be live. But until then, y'all take care. God bless.